Hello everyone, this is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this will be our weekly soul weather forecast. If you haven't joined me before, hello and welcome. I'm glad to have you. This is a general reading that is for the collective energy for this coming week. So it applies to each and every one of us. For those of you that found this video, there's probably something in it for you since it is a general message on the collective. So let's go ahead and dive in. The way we do this is we get some oracle and then we get some tarot and maybe do some clarification depending on what we have here. So I love how we're starting out this week. We're starting out this week with love. So we'll see how that plays in. I really feel like with the flowers being on this love card, that love is blossoming. I feel within us, and I feel like it's a self-love, a more like that we are currently as a collective feeling more love in our hearts for ourselves, like feeling better about ourselves and who we are and who we want to be. I think that there's been some shadow work done by the collective at large. And it's reflecting, it's coming through, as we start this week that I think a lot of people in the collective are doing this they have done this inner healing, and therefore, there's this greater appreciation for self, for yourself, and who you are in some aspect. And it may not be, you may be sitting there going, Sherry, I'm struggling. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I'm still over here beating myself up. Well, I'm going to guess that if you can sit down and think about it, if you think about it, there is an area of your life where you have focused more on yourself and taking care of yourself in some way in the last 6 to 12 months. There's maybe you have focused more on your health and taking care of yourself in, your physical well-being. Maybe there's people that have disappeared out of your life. It may not have been any conscious efforts on your part, but you've noticed that some people have fallen away out of your life. That spirit has interacted on your behalf because of the way that you're aligning your aligning your being, your soul here on this earth, and to a different vibration. And so when we shift vibrations, things start to fall away out of our lives that no longer suit the new vibration of our frequency. And so I feel like everybody in some way has been shifting vibrational frequency to some degree. It's like we're tuning that dial on the radio, and trying to get that perfect station, the one that aligns with our soul, the one that is just right for us. And that's where I feel like we've been going, and where we're heading going into the future is we're still working on fine-tuning, getting that right station that is just right for us. So I think we're going to be continuing on that journey into 2024 is what I really feel like. So I love that. I love these emoji cards. So I use these little emoji cards that I drew for just to kind of get maybe emotions. Now I'm laughing because I can totally relate to this card right now. Oh my gosh, this past week has left me about like this. I have been, because it is the winter solstice and it's Yule this weekend, and it has been utterly crazy for me. I have, my work has been utterly, my main job, not this job, because this is just something I do for fun. But the my main job, we have a lot of people out because it's the holiday season, and I definitely feel that. I'm sure many with it being, maybe are feeling that hecticness, maybe even with it being in Mercury retrograde right now, you're feeling, some some craziness going on, or feeling a little stressed. I get this is kind of just I'm stressed out, like kind of distressed, you know. So yeah, that's fun. Let's go ahead. I do want to pull. I'm really loving these Gemstone Whispers deck that I've gotten. So I think that this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. If you're curious, I believe that is the right one. I'll double check, and it'll be in the description down below if you're curious. So what gem will represent us this week? Okay. Is there only 2 there? Okay, I'll take both of them. So we have Howlite, Hope. I actually keep Howlite by my bed all the time. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. So yeah, so I mean, I definitely feel like it's calling to be present. That's what this card is telling me, to have hope for what's to come, because I feel like there's changes for us coming. You can't, you know, that's so true. Yesterday is history. You can't change what's already transpired. And tomorrow is based on the decisions that you make today. So today, in this moment right now, is where you can make the difference. The actions and things that you take in this moment are what's going to affect the future, and that's why it's a mystery. So this is kind of calling for us to have hope for the future, you know, to have hope in this moment right now. And having that hope in this moment right now is going to help us take actions, positive actions toward things that will influence our future. And then we have Hematite, Devil. Hell is empty and all the devils are here. Oh, that's really interesting. So very interesting. So I mean, I have Hematite right here that I use to ground with, to keep me grounded during my readings, because I tend to, I can easily get too ungrounded while I'm doing readings, while I'm tapping in and channeling messages. So interesting that we have Hope and Devil here. Like, those are 2 almost opposite sides of the coin, because Devil, you know, if you think about Devil energy, it typically can have, you know, if you think about the devil in the tarot, it talks about, you know, obsessions, you know, having some kind of obsessions, whether that be obsessive thinking, whether it be substances, addictions, or, you know, gambling or anything. It's vices that we have, you know, that it can be, you can even be addicted to love. You can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to a lot of different things. It's something that you do in excess. And I'm really fascinated. I almost wish I had the book here for this card, because I'm almost curious what their intention was by saying hell is empty and all the devils are here. Now, I do believe, and this is my personal belief, so you can take it or leave it, but I do believe that there is no heaven and hell. There is only this, you know, this life we're living right now. I do believe in, you know, that our souls do continue on, because I do believe that we are at our core being just energy. And I do believe that since we are at our core essence energy, then we follow the laws of and principles of energy, which means that energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So I believe, you know, when we talk about you know, heaven and hell, or devil and God, or things like that, it's more of an energy. It's more of a vibration, a frequency that we're aligning with. So these are almost like, this is like almost opposite polar ends of the spectrum, because if you're having hope, you're more in that high vibrational frequency, and if you're in this devil energy, that's low vibrational frequency. So they're like 2 polar opposites that's coming out here. So that'll be interesting. It almost tells me that there might be some struggles this week around balancing like that there may be tendencies to doubt ourselves, because it's interesting because I just yeah, of course, no, most the people here on my YouTube channel probably, of course, are not friends with me on Facebook, but I posted something about the new moon in Capricorn recently that indicated that this is a time to, as we're getting ready to upgrade in vibrational frequency, there may be a tendency to doubt ourselves. And this is not the time to doubt ourselves. It's the time to think positive and to have hope and to know that you can step into the new version of you that you're trying to create. And I feel like that's what, this is kind of talking about that dance of to be cautious this week about anywhere, like pay attention to places where you might be doubting yourself. You might be doubting what you can and can't do, because it's really, I feel like it's calling for hope. It's really calling, with this love card, excuse me, being the overall energy for the reading. And this is blossoming, it's love is blossoming. And I think it's that self-love. And when we do any self-care, as I was talking about at the beginning, whether that be physical, mental, when we're changing our vibrational frequency, and that could be just a shift in thinking where we're thinking from a more hopeful perspective. And that's interesting because I actually did, if you want to check it out, it was very long. It was like an hour long. I did a 12/12 portal, new moon, and Mercury retrograde all-encompassing reading just last weekend. I really highly suggest it. It was kind of talked about a brand new world, and that reading talked about looking at things from a different perspective, like this song. I can't remember now. I'm gonna have to think what the song was. The one with Robin Williams in the movie. What a Wonderful World. Thank you, Spirit. What a Wonderful World. And it talked about in that reading that with the 12/12 portal and all these energies that we're under right now, which we're even under that influence going into this week, under those influences. It talked about needing to look at things from a new perspective, looking at things from the positive perspective. Because if you think about What a Wonderful World and that movie, and I don't remember the name of the movie offhand, it's been Good Morning Vietnam. Thank you, Spirit. Good Morning Vietnam. That that in the midst of that turmoil and chaos and war, that those soldiers were still able to see certain beauty in the world, so it's all a matter of what you want to look at, and understanding that out of chaos beauty can grow out of chaos. Because if you think about the tower in the tarot, that it's usually everything needs to be leveled, it needs to be brought to the ground so something new can be put in its place. Okay, so that's why I believe, and I'm hoping I'm not getting this wrong because I'm doing, but I believe the Star card comes after the Tower, because it's like you have to have that hope for that new beginning. You have to have, things need to kind of crumble. And I think we're in that crumbling, where things have been crumbling. On a global scale, we've been under this, because I'm pulling on the collective energy, so it's this larger energy, and everything's been crumbling so that new things can pop up and grow in its place. That current infrastructure, current mainframe has to fall so that we can start new. So, and I feel like that's what we're under, even within our own selves, that we've been doing self-work. And that's why I said, I think everybody, there's some area in your life that you can, if you think about it, that you've changed, you have shifted, you're thinking in a different way or acting in a new way than you were, maybe a month or two ago, or maybe a year ago. Look back and look where you were a year ago and see how much you maybe changed over this last year. And then you'll see, you can see why things have been shifting, or see that, it might have been a subtle change over time that you're not, when you think, you have to really think about it. Do you want one of these cards or not? You told me to grab this deck. Okay, there we go. Oh, you want one more. Okay, we'll get one more. Okay, not for you. This is a time to accept what you desire is not meant for you. Something much better is on its way. Okay, so that ties into this hope. So I'm actually going to put that there with that hope card, because that's what that's talking about right there, is this not for you. It's basically saying that you may be holding on to, okay, so that's where that devil energy, okay, perfect, thank you. So that's really clarifying that. So this is what this card is clarifying, these two cards, because devil energy is when you're holding on to something. It's that ego. It's that ego that comes with wanting to attach to something, because you're staying in your comfort zone. Okay, so I mean, if you've looked at my banner, it's like you have to get out of your comfort zone to have any growth. You can't stay where you are. You have to step out of your comfort zone. And so this is really saying, with this hematite card, this is our comfort zone, and there's this wanting to stay with what's familiar, with what we know. And this is why it's saying that yesterday is history, because we can't stay in the past. We can't stay stuck where we've been in order to go forward. So today is a new day. Today is a day of change. Let's not be stuck in the past. Let's move in a way that we have hope for the future, that we have hope for tomorrow, that we're making decisions in the present based on hope that we have that something better is on its way. Okay, that the things from the past, what we knew, what is comfortable to us, and I think that I'm going to take that little Facebook post that I made, and I think I'm going to put that on my community board here in YouTube for you guys, because it really talks about a lot of this that's coming through here in this reading. So it's really tied to the new moon in Capricorn energy in a lot of ways, is what I'm really feeling. I mean, this is really picking up that, everything I said on that about, which related to having hope, that new things are coming, that we are walking into new better things for ourselves, but we can't doubt that. We can't have those doubts that we have to know that we're emotionally able, and emotionally able means that we do not have these limiting beliefs, these limiting thoughts that hold us back from having hope and keep moving forward toward the new beginning that is coming for us. And that new beginning is based on the fact of the work that we have been doing on ourselves, and knowing and believing in ourselves and believing in the future that we can better ourselves and improve ourselves as we've been doing. But now is the time to put it to action. So, where we've been making these changes, now it's where we're putting our nose to the grindstone and doing the heavy lifting and work to make that our new comfort zone. So it's getting rid of the old comfort zone, having hope that we can change our circumstances and have better things on the way if we have the hope and we keep believing and keep doing the work that, to improve ourselves, to make our life different, to make a new comfort zone, a different comfort zone than the one that we've had in the past that was not serving us, because it obviously wasn't serving us if there was a need to make changes in ourself. Like I said, fine-tuning that dial on the radio to our soul to find the right path, to find what is true to us as individuals. What is our station? What is the station that we're tuning into that's designed just specifically for us and our soul and the path that we're meant to walk, the destiny that we're creating as we're here living here on this earth right now? What is the legacy that we are building for ourselves, for each ourselves? What's the experience that we wish to experience in this lifetime? Are you experiencing those things, or are you letting your devil tendencies hold you back from experiencing what it is that you want to experience in this lifetime? I mean, we have a limited time on this earth in this lifetime. Are you doing the things that you want to experience in this lifetime? Are you doing those? Really, that's a question to really, really sit and ask yourself right now. Are you doing the things that you want to experience? Are you really, really doing those? And if you're not, why are you not doing them? What is holding you back? What is keeping you from doing the things that you want to experience in this lifetime? And how can you shift? How can you change your life? What things can you do in your day-to-day life, starting now in the present, to build toward having those experiences for yourself in the future? You know, right now is the time to take action, to make those changes, to shift, to move in time, to keep fine-tuning that dial and making those shifts, making those small moves that will lead you in the direction toward living the life that you want to live, experiencing the things that you want to experience. Then we have the Aquarius card coming out here, which is original, unconventional rebellion. You're not meant to follow the masses. Be different, be daring, and go against the play it safers. Perfect. That's absolutely perfect, because this, I really feel like, I don't know if I have good light there. I might have to move that stone out of the way. There we go. It was kind of blocking the light that was coming in. So I wanted to make sure you could see that card. So yeah, I mean, that's what it's calling for, and it's going to take. I mean, it's going to take out of the box thinking. It's going to take for each of us as an individual to think in a different way than what we're used to, because this is what we're used to. This is our comfort zone. This is how we're used to doing things. And if we want to change our vibrational frequency, if we want to change our experiences here that we're currently experiencing here on Earth, whether that be on an individual level or a global level, it's going to require out of the box thinking. It's going to require being a little bit of a rebellion, have a little bit of a rebellious nature and not play it safe. Playing it safe, the play it safers, those are the people that stay in the comfort zone. Those are the people that choose to turn the other cheek, that don't want to change, that don't want to grow, that don't want to have a life that they can be happy living. You know, they would rather sit, and feel, maybe feel down on themselves, or say, woe is me, I can't change my circumstances. Well, you know what? You can change your circumstances. You can change them if you're willing to make the effort. But it takes action. It requires effort and action. It requires doing something differently than you've been doing it. Because if you do the same thing over and over and over again, that is the definition of insanity. Because by doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same results. You're going to stay in your comfort zone. You're going to stay where you are. So you have to shift. You have to do something differently from a different perspective and shift. And that comes back to that self-love, like we talked about here, growing in self-love, appreciate and loving yourself enough to give yourself, do the work and give yourself the life that you want for yourself. Because no one can give you the life that you want for yourself except for you. No one can do that for you, because you're the only one in your soul that knows what you want. You're the only one that has the ability to make decisions and act in a way that will get you closer to the life that you want. That 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups is aligning with our soul, like what we really want for this experience on earth. That's our 10 of Cups. That's what we want. That's that hope of the life that we envision ourselves living, the things that we desire and want for ourselves, that experience. That's our 10 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles is making it happen in reality. That's when we're living our 10 of Cups, and it's now present in our present, because we've brought ourselves that present, that gift of love to ourselves, because we've taken the actions to change our circumstance to align more with what our 10 of Cups is, so that we can make it our 10 of Pentacles, if that hopefully makes sense to you. I know for those that maybe don't watch a lot of tarot, you may not understand that, but hopefully I explained it well. So let's go ahead. I always feel like I talk forever. I'm sorry. That's just, there's so much information that wants to come out. When I do these readings, there's so much. Okay, the High Priestess, that's intuition. Using our intuition. And I let that's, there's always the moon that's usually on the High Priestess, because that's going within, gaining insight, going within, figuring out what it is we want. That's healing. Four of Swords, doing that healing work, going within, figuring out what it is that we want for ourselves, loving ourselves, doing the work, doing the healing work to heal that devil energy. That it could be complacency. Hold on a second. That card went across the floor. And then the Hangman. So yeah, a lot of stuck energy this week, it looks like. I mean, I'm not surprised, because, this is gaining a new perspective. So, this is talking about going within, healing this devil energy, the things that hold us back, that keep us back from aligning with our destiny, aligning with our path, aligning with our soul purpose, our legacy, which, if you don't, some people may not understand that, but our legacy is this life experience that we live. From the time we're born until the time we die, we have X number of years on this planet that we can create something. And so our lifetime, the experiences that we encompass in this lifetime, that is our legacy, the things that we do while we're here on this planet, and they can be anything. And it doesn't mean that you have to be this big, huge shot, like, and like completely change the world. No, but it's like, what do you want to leave behind? For some people, they're happy just creating a family and have that be their legacy with their children, and their children carry on, and they've left that legacy of bringing, other people into the world. And then, connecting with people, the experiences you had. It really isn't, it really is all about, when it comes down to it, it's all about the experience you want to have. You personally, as a person, want to have. And as long as you're experiencing and doing the things that you want to experience, hey, great, because that's what we're here to do. If you're not doing those things, some of this reading may be resonating with you, because if you're not living the life that you're wanting to live, that means there's probably still some healing work that needs to be done, some reflection that needs to be done. And, here we have Hangman energy. Hangman is getting a new perspective, which is that unconventional thinking that ties into Aquarius here. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to use the Gilded. This is the Seasonal Fox Tarot, by the way. Let's go ahead. I want to clarify. Can you clarify this High Priestess of what we're going in? What are we trying to align our intuition with? What is this High Priestess? Can you give me some clarification on this High Priestess? What are we going within to search for? What is our intuition trying to tell us? What are we trying to listen to? What are we trying to hear? where our heart wants to go for a new beginning. And a new place to invest. So that's what it's saying. You know, where's our new beginning? Where are we going to invest in the future? Where does our heart, you know, what do we really want? This is, you know, this little page. He takes his little cup of love, you know, and he's moving toward a new place that sets his soul, his heart, his soul on fire so that he can invest, you know, for the future. You know, he's going on a journey. He's bringing his little cup of love, his little cup of self-love, you know, bringing that, heading toward his destiny, heading toward a passionate new beginning somewhere that he desires, somewhere that's more aligned with his heart and soul, you know, and being willing to put in the work to invest over time, knowing it's going to take time, having that hope, knowing it's going to take time, having that hope that something better is going to come by bringing his little cup of love over here and starting somewhere new, not staying in the past, not staying in the comfort zone, going on a journey toward something that better aligns with himself, and putting in the work, investing in it, doing the work, doing the healing work, investing time and effort into it, not letting himself fall back into these devil tendencies, into that comfort zone. You know, taking a risk, taking a chance. He knows things will change. You know, that he'll see things in a different way. He'll experience new things. Awesome. Awesome. I hope this resonated with you. I hope you'll leave some comments down below. I'd love to, I wish I got more comments. I would love to hear from you guys. So please feel free to leave any comments if you want. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't hit that like or subscribe button already, I hope that you'll do so to support my channel. And then of course the notification so that you know when I post stuff. This reading I do each and every week. I've been doing it every weekend now for going on about 2 years, so I'll keep doing this one. I've done a mix of other kinds of readings, but this is my staple. This is the one I do. Regardless, hands down, regardless, I always do this reading every week. I don't miss any weeks. I've always done it no matter what. Now the other ones all switch up because it just is whatever I'm moved to do, but this one I always do each and every week. So, you know, this one you can always count on because I want to help people understand what's in the energy and what might be coming, because I really enjoy doing the bigger, larger, you know, more collective readings than I like doing more the in the weeds or the love readings and stuff like that. So that's what I have for you this week. Wrap it up here. I thank you so much, and I wish you the best harmony and gratitude to you.